I don't know about you, but I, for one, am gladly greeting a new year. 2021 kicked my butt more than any other year of my life. To be honest, I don't even want to recap this year because that involves thinking about all the things that happened, and I'd prefer to just wipe my hands and move on. But I think a little reflection is always healthy, so here we are. Let's start with some of the good things from this year. First and foremost, I dove headfirst in freelance videography and editing. It was a big leap, but it was a decision that I think I'll look back on and be proud of. I got my first clients and even spent a good portion of the year filming a long-term project for my main client, Tiny Home Tours. Speaking of Tiny Home Tours, in February I jumped on an opportunity with them to live in a mini school bus. Kat and I drove a bus around and traveled from March to June, working and sightseeing in between. Full-time travel took a toll on us in such a tumultuous year, but nonetheless we still got to do and see a lot of really cool things. We went to California, Oregon, Washington, Arizona, Nevada, Idaho, Colorado, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, South Dakota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Kansas, and Iowa. I got to see every single member of my immediate family at least once, and even got to spend extended time with Kat's immediate family as well. We visited several national parks including Yellowstone, Grand Tetons, Bryce Canyon, and Glacier, and spent even more time camping out near several others. We got to snowboard at 3 different mountain resorts this year and even got to do some spring skiing in May at Mammoth Mountain. Kat and I got to spend an incredible couple of weeks in Door County, Wisconsin. It was not on our radar at all, but we ended up having to go there for work and ended up loving it so much. We swam in water nearly every single day, we sailed on a boat that had sailed around the world, and we parasailed over Lake Michigan. We also met some amazing people in Door County with whom we became lifelong friends. Linnea grew up in Door County but lives in her ProMaster now with her dog Aquila. She also does YouTube full-time now, so go check out her channel if you haven't already. I hiked to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, camped with old friends and new, went to van meetups, had long periods of solitude. It's hard to reconcile the fact that all these amazing things happened and it was still an incredibly difficult year though. 2021 brought relentless hardships and tragedy. The first domino in this series of events was in February when I picked up the bus that Kat and I used. After picking it up, I immediately had major issues with the electrical system and ended up having some time-consuming repairs to things that were either poorly built or just didn't function how they were supposed to. While we took care of the most difficult issues right up front, unexpected issues seemed to pop up the entire time we had the bus. We learned a lot, but primarily just that we want a bus of our own so that we can build it exactly how we want it. As soon as I arrived back in Bend with the bus, Quirks began to display some worrisome symptoms from his long-term heart condition. After a whole big debacle that I won't get into, we finally got him into a cardiologist who said he was in the early stages of heart failure. He was given a 50% chance to live another 8 to 10 months. Considering that kind of a prognosis, we feel pretty lucky to have him here with us still right now, but his symptoms are growing steadily worse, and we know that our time with him is quickly coming to a close. At the same time that we were dealing with Quirks' issues, Kat's cousin had a brain aneurysm that shook up her whole family. Then in October, Kat's mom had a serious stroke caused by a previously unknown heart condition. Our freelance work has allowed us to be with Kat's family for these last 3 months of 2021, and for that we are incredibly grateful. Kat's mom spent 2 months in the hospital where Kat and her cousin visited every day before she was able to come back home. We spent that time parked on a driveway in the city, and although we're glad to be able to be with family when they need it, city life is not for us or for our dogs, and it's taken a toll on us physically, mentally, and emotionally. When we gave the school bus back to Tiny Home Tours in June, we moved into Kat's camper and we towed it around with her van. Her camper, which had some previous issues, proved to not hold up well to long-term travel. We're still deciding what to do with it, but it may end up just getting junked. To add insult to injury, while towing the camper around, the van took a nosedive as well, and we just limped back to Oregon in it. So with losing the camper and the van, we ended up talking with Tiny Home Tours and getting a new bus to use from them. I'm very happy to say that this one is holding up way better. The Tiny Home Tours team built it out themselves, and it's much sturdier and has given us way fewer issues. In between all those misfortunes and tragedies were small losses that alone wouldn't have felt like much, but stacked on top of some major things, it just made it feel like we couldn't catch a break this year. I'm so thankful for the opportunities I had this year, but more than anything, I'm grateful for my family. I'm thankful for Quirks' boundless sweetness, thankful for the example he sets for me to enjoy simple pleasures like letting the sun hit your face. I'm thankful for Kopek and her adventurous heart that is happiest when either the engine is on or the hiking shoes are on. I'm thankful that her actions remind me daily to pursue things that bring me joy. Most of all, I'm thankful for Kat. Despite having an even worse year than me, Kat pushed through the difficulties and still managed to take care of our dogs and me in so many ways. She struggled with me while traveling for an opportunity that largely only advanced my career and not hers. She supported me, loved me, leaned on me, and leaned into me. If this year did anything for myself and for Kat, it's to solidify the dreams and goals we have for ourselves and for our little family. We are walking into 2022 battered and broken, but with visions and hopes that feel worth the fight. As far as this channel goes, I've decided to post once a week this year. Next week's video will go into more detail about exactly what I want this channel to be about, but suffice it to say that I hope to provide videos more consistently and at a better quality. I learned a lot this year about videography, life, and myself, and now it's time to put those hard-fought lessons to practice. I would love it if you would subscribe, turn on notifications, and sit back and enjoy my videos this year. We'll see you next week.